Hello everybody, welcome back to the Agony of Isaac. New friends. Last episode, I can't remember anything. I don't think we won. Doesn't matter. Random. Win streak at -6. A blue baby run, huh? Alright, well you want me to suffer and die in agony apparently. Okay. We'll do some of these then. Well, I'm hoping I can stick to one, but, you know. The chances of that actually being just one are not gonna be that great, are they? Uh-oh. Jeez, ease up on the bombs, will ya? Come on, Hierophant. Judgment. Oh well. Anyway, I ran out of questions, so I'm moving on to random facts and see if I have anything to say about those. Jump button probably beats poop. Can I? Yes, I can. So I shall. Woot! Alright, I got one did you know kind of thing loaded up already. The tall, fuzzy hats worn by Britain's elite infantry regiments, including Buckingham Palace Guards, are made of North American black bear fur. Huh. Did not know that. I knew what the hats looked like, and I have seen them up close. Again, I've been to London when I was in school, so... Oh man, this is horrible. I do know why they tend to call them beef eaters. Ugh, you know what, I don't feel like a run like this now. Because I'm gonna get frustrated by talking about stuff and it's not gonna end well. Lazarus, okay. They're called beef eaters because in linear times, those were the few that were still having meat on the menu. Hence, beef eaters. I can restart that pretty quickly. There we go. Irony. This is fun. Yeah. So this proves how well my pill rotation is. Got champions of those. Wonder what that's going to do. Alright. Yeah. Did not know the hats were made from black bear fur though. Wonder where they got that. Probably not from within their own country. Don't think they had black bears in the UK. Man, why can't I just get a normal run? Oh. Oh. I just want something normal to start with. Alright, this can work. Alright, hit me with a new fact. Gasoline was once sold in small bottle as a cure for lice. Well, if it worked, I mean... I can see one way how it can work. I wouldn't recommend it though. It involves a small spark. That is a fun little fact. Wonder how much those would have cost compared to current gas prices. After 2011 vote, Toyota announced that the official plural of Prius was Prii. Written P-R-Y-Y. No, P-R-I-I. You had to make a vote on what the plural of a car was called. I mean, can't you just go with Priuses? It's not an ancient... Well, it's not a word going from... I can one-shot these, which means I can easily kill you if I don't get swarmed. You actually had to make a vote on that? Huh. I mean, just call it Priuses. Besides, they're not very good cars if I can recall. Never driven one, but all the car shows I've seen depicted Priuses as something not really that great. That's a hybrid car, right? I don't know. I think hybrids are good. There's a new type of completely electric car known as the Tesla. They have some good ideas going. Wouldn't mind driving one of those, but I like the feeling if you're driving a car, you need to have an engine side, right? It's besides, loud pipes save lives, right? Because they can hear you coming and all that. Apparently they had to actually add some noise to when the car's rolling because it was so quiet. Anyway. The first single issued by singer-songwriter Cat Stevens was I Love My Dog. Irony, right? Cool. Well, I don't know the song, so I can't really give an honest opinion on that. But the irony is not lost on us. Not at all. So that's a new kind of spider. Let's see what you're... Oh, you're just running even quicker. Alright. So we're starting to see a lot more of the new enemy types. They used to be a lot more far and in between. Could you stop like spitting out spiders? I mean, I would really appreciate it if you could just do that for 1 single second. And then you run. Alright. Good lord, can I just kill you already? Could you? Please, stop moving. Jeez. Hit me again. In order to better survive the cold, polar bears have evolved to have black skin, thick rubber, and hollow, translucent hairs that trap heat. Polar bears are so well insulated that they are almost invisible under infrared light. I knew about the black skin, didn't know about the other stuff, but cool. So they're invisible under infrared light. Well, practically invisible. Huh, that is cool to know. Good chance we'll die here. That's not that cool. There we go. Oh, we resurrected because we're Lazarus. Right. Is this still our first floor? No, we're really getting our butt kicked this bad on our first floor? Good God. You're a bony. There you go. You can kill me with 1 hit of your bones. Alright, do we go beat our boss? Nah, let's go look for our item first. Alright, hit me again. Queen Victoria used a tincture of marijuana to relieve period pains. Huh. Alright, well, legalize marijuana, I suppose. Johnny Cash's A Boy Named Sue was written by Shel Silverstein. Is that something odd? Does he usually write his own songs then? You're not too good, are you? Okay. Well, at least there's some health that we can get when we're going to go grab our black hearts. Hit me again. While working on Pac-Man, video game designer Toru Iwatani was allegedly inspired by the shape of a pizza with 1 slice removed. I can see the resemblance. Not sure if it's true though. I mean, it's kind of like the whole logo of LG. You can make a Pac-Man out of that by rotating it 45 degrees and lowering the L a bit. I think that's LG. Yeah, it's probably LG. Well, that's it then. Should have gone and get the black hearts, huh? Okay, are you a wizard? Alright, let's restart. Health up, I can live with that. Hit me again. The 1980s movie Chariots of Fire. I haven't seen that one, so I'm just gonna skip that. While you can buy mistletoe scented air fresheners, candles and soap, real mistletoe has no discernible smell. So how did that end up happening? We want to create something that is mistletoe scented. Well, mistletoe doesn't have a scent. Well, make something up then. Huh. I'm pretty sure they just extracted something from a mistletoe and that had a smell, and that's what ends up being the smell, but... or the fragrance. Huh. Interesting fact, though. I had no idea. I mean, that's only stuff you start learning if you actually go looking for random facts, right? It's not like you go, I wonder what mistletoe smells like, and then you come up with stuff like this. Nope. Random fact generator spitting out weird stuff like that. Now, I can't say if these are all true or not, but I see no reason why the internet would spread lies, right? Surely not. Alright, can I kill the spawner now? I'm starting to slightly get annoyed again by it. If rooms don't go quick enough, I get bored. And when I get bored, it's not a fun time for everyone. For anyone. Well, that's gonna help. Let's see. Hit me again. The US National Anthem, Star Spangled Banner, actually has 4 verses. American traditionally sing only the first verse. Well, if there's any American listening to this, is that true, and why do you only sing 1 verse? Is it because it's too long to do all 4 of them? Are you just that quickly bored with your national anthem? I know I am, so don't feel offended by it. Well, that's interesting. Moving on. In the election of 1968, Wilt Chamberlain endorsed and campaigned for Richard Nixon. Don't know anything about that. This is something I also have no clue about what it means, but I might as well go over it. Won't have an opinion on it, but... John Batterston Stetson improved upon the basic design of the 10-gallon hat by forming the brim... Oh, I know what a 10-gallon hat is. So that it kept the wind out of his face and the rain off his neck. He also allowed for an air chamber above the head to help it cool, and constructed the hat in such a way that it could be used to haul water and fan fires. Well, there you go, a pocket knife that can... Well, a multi-functional hat, shall we say. And you look cool while wearing it. I don't really know how a hat can keep the wind out of your face, though. Alright, good. Well, something's exploding over there. Whoa, man, spider, relax. The 10-gallon hat is the sort of cowboy hat thing, right? But not quite like the hat from The Walking Dead. Is that a 10-gallon hat? Or is that just a Stetson? I think that's the same thing, because the 10-gallon hat was not created by, but improved by Stetson. So, yeah. Oh, so now I know what a Stetson hat is. Huh. Also worn in Doctor Who, one of the episodes. Stephanie Kwolek's name might not ring a bell, but she's responsible for saving thousands of lives. In 1965, she invented Kevlar, the material used in bulletproof vests. Well, there you go. Kevlar, that's great. Light and durable. Does the job pretty darn well. Apparently they've been thinking about creating those with spider silk by implanting a gene that spiders use to create their webbing, well, their silk, and implanting it in goats so it would be in their milk. That would be quite cool, actually. Apparently, spider silk is so strong that the strand around the thickness of a thumb would be able to stop an airplane without breaking it. Both the plane and the strand of silk, of course. But it's hard to come by, because spiders don't create a lot of it. So yeah, that's why they start doing all the gene implants, and I don't really know how far they're along with that project. It seems more to be like nightmare fuel. What if something goes wrong and you get like goats with the spider head on and danger and... I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Dimples may be cute, but they are an inherited genetic flaw. They are caused by a fibrous band of tissue that connects the skin to an underlying bone. Well, that ruined it. Thanks. I don't have dimples, but The cubicle did not get its name from its shape. It's from the Latin cubiculum, meaning bedchamber. Huh. Okay. I always thought it was from cubicle, so thanks for clearing that up. So, secret room apparently is again on all sorts of places, but not where it should be. Which is grand, and also means I'm not gonna go looking for it. Do you have any marked rocks? Not that I can tell. Means it's time to go. I will get up another fact. Because he had bad eyesight, Harry Truman memorized letters on the eye chart to get into the army. So, really? I mean, it's there, so yeah, there's a good chance it's correct, but don't they have like 4 or 5 of those ice charts? Usually? Or is that something he managed to introduce because people were actually doing that more frequently? Bad trip. Alright, that sucks. That sucks pretty bad. I'm gonna focus on this first because I do want to get a deal with the devil in, if at all possible, and not getting hit would go a long way in helping me get one of those. Nice. The bonnets and caps of city fire hydrants are painted certain colors to alert firefighters to the amount of water pressure available from the hydrant. I did not know that. I thought they were all just red. And in here we don't even have fire hydrants. We just have like little, I suppose you could call them lids in the street where the fire department can plug in a fire hydrant. Did not know that. Interesting. A sardine is not a species of fish, but a name that can apply to many small varieties of pickled fish, including herring and pilchard? I'm probably mispronouncing that gloriously. And I don't mind. Could be pilchard, could be pickard, or I don't know. 1904 Summer Olympics Games held in St. Louis included greased pole climbing, rock throwing, and even mud fighting. What the hell were they thinking? Then again, I would have loved to see those. Foxy boxing. Yeah. Odd. Interesting to know. Rock throwing. Well, they still throw things at those, so. Alright. Let's beat up a boss and then I'll read this one because it's pretty long. Didn't even kill that dude. Oh, you little tough guy, huh? Come on. Let's do it! There we go. Good item. Let's hope we don't get a Krampus fight. If we do not, we get Mom's knife. Will I take it? I will take it. Is there anything else I would like? Sure. We'll take this. I think that's good enough. Right, we're now a proper knight. All we need is Trinity Shield. We'll have our horse, our spear, and a shield. Cool. Anyway, the early recordings made by Motown singers were produced in a studio in a converted house on West Grand Boulevard in Detroit, across from the Henry Ford Hospital. Echo's effects were produced by having the singers perform under a large hole cut in the ceiling, leading to a drywalled attic echo chamber. Well. No idea. Seems a bit elaborate. G.I. Joe is called Action Man in the UK. I can confirm that it's not just in the UK. I think it's the entirety of Europe, actually. But then again, there are cartoons of Action Man. I'm pretty sure of that. And there's actually an A and an M on his belt. So do they mean Does that mean the cartoons are also adapted to fit that? Weird. Well, that's why we got these. In 1950, talk host Faye Emerson became the first woman in history to have a wardrobe malfunction on national television. To the dismay of censors everywhere, Mrs. Emerson's popped out of her dress, which was later done over by a pop star singer. Okay. While quarterbacks and running backs get most of the glory, NFL kickers almost score more points than any other player on their teams. I'm guessing this is a rugby kind of deal. One, two, three more locations. With just one bomb, I'm not going to attempt it. Alright. Everyone knows that the first video played on MTV was Video Killed the Radio Star, but what about VH1? Let's wait on going in there. Marvin Gaye's version of the Star Spangled Banner, MTV2, Where It's At by Beck, and MTV Europe went with Money for Nothing by Dire Straits. I know the first one and the last one. Money for Nothing, pretty good song. Pretty old as well, obviously, if it's about VHS and stuff like that. Mustard's name is a contraction of the Latin mustum ardens, meaning burning wine. You're not supposed to drink mustard, you know. How do you even... Something must have gone horribly wrong with your mustard if you're able to drink it. And that's all I have to say about that. Moving on. The first Major League Baseball stadium to feature a live organist was Chicago's Wrigley Field in 1941. That kind of tunes, right? Of course. So that's still a thing, right? Having an organ in baseball stadiums. Well, now we know what the first stadium was. The true, as they call it these days, hipster. Using an organ before it was cool. Next time I say the word hipster, feel free to shoot me in the face. Then again, it's probably a bit far for you to go and do that. Anyway, moving on. Every film John Cazale appeared in was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Picture. Seems legit. We'll take the health. Fanny pack ain't bad, but I think we're gonna need it. Moving on. Whether you call it pop or soda, the first diet version commercially available was NoCal. Not Coca-Cola, but NoCal. A sugar-free ginger ale introduced in 1952 by the Kirsch Beverage Company. Eat your heart out, Coca-Cola. Well, that was quick. Just the way we like it. We still got nothing to see here, but still, let's check it out anyway. AIDS, written on an A-Y-D-S, not A-I-D-S. An appetite suppressant candy in the 1970s. Lost 50% of its sales when similarly named virus. Well, there is the AIDS written with an I. Hit the scene in the 80s, but how did the woefully named product rebound by changing their name to Diet AIDS? Sure. Marketing, huh? Janis Joplin left $2,500 in her will for her friends to have a ball after I'm gone. That's something I would do as well. I mean, sure. pop a keg of beer, something in my name, and make sure I don't end up under the ground, but in a furnace somewhere. Disappointing. Well, I did get a profit out of that. Calico is not a breed of cat, but rather a description of fur color. Most calicos are female, but occasionally a male kitten is born with an extra chromosome that allows him to sport calico fur. Unfortunately, that extra chromosome also renders him sterile. Well, that sucks. Look at me, I'm fabulous. But what does it matter? Because I can't reproduce anyway. President James Garfield could write Greek with one hand while simultaneously writing Latin with the other. Show off. I can't even write Greek. Period. Or Latin. So. Congrats, you nerd. Full health, huh? Well, beats bad trip. Only barely. During Pan Am's heyday in the 1960s, flight attendants had to be at least 5'2", weigh no more than 130 pounds, and retire by age 32. Try doing that nowadays and you'll have the lawsuit up your butt the size of America. And I'm going with America because they are all the measures are in the imperial system. When Burger King decided to sell fast food down under, they found that there was already a local carry-out restaurant called Burger King. As a result, if you're looking for a Whopper in Australia, you'll have to go to a chain called Hungry Jack's. Huh. Cool. The Australians beat them to it, not to confuse it with Austria, which is an entirely different country and an entirely different place in the world. Hungry Jack's. China is the birthplace of the first seismograph, built in 132 AD by a man named Cheng Heng. Bad gas, full health, bad trip. No marked rocks. It consisted of 8 metal dragons holding 8 carved balls over 8 frog figurines. If an earthquake made the ground vibrate, the dragons facing the quake's source would drop a ball into the mouth of its corresponding frog. Genius! Functional! Stylish! Can always depend on the Chinese for that. Symbols such as exclamation port, the thing that is named many different things in many different languages, but I'll go with a name where it is used for mostly these days. Hashtag, an @ sign, which is also sporting different names in different languages, and a % mark that are used to indicate swearing in comic strips are always Grolix. Grolix, probably a type of font. I did not know that. Didn't even pay attention to it. I mean, most comic books I read always had the same font, so sure, we'll take it. Moving on. The ubiquitous garden earthworm is not indigenous to the US. They came over in the mud, on the boots, and on the roots of the crops the colonists brought over. But it's a good thing to have earthworms. Means you have a healthy soil. Same with having moles. They plow the ground for you, allowing more air to win in. And the worms themselves also help with stuff. Scientists believe heavy UV radiation has turned all the American flags on the moon white. All the American flags. How many did you actually dump there? I thought it was just the one. Read a cool thing about that, a cool post on that on some site, like something about what's going on over space travel and the space program of different countries. I must say, but I've got the feeling that if a country like Japan would go to the moon, plant its flag there while kicking down the American one, what would you think would happen? And the answer was like, well, we'd probably spend millions and millions of dollars again just to go put it upright again. And it was like, yeah, I can actually see them doing that. It's not like I think you guys are, well, you guys, that sounds, I don't think Americans are really that obtuse, might be the wrong word here, but like, I don't think you care that much about it, but I mean, if another country is willing to go the length to go to space just to knock down a flag, I don't know why another country wouldn't be doing the same thing just to get it back upright. I mean, it's a clear provocation if you go to the moon just to kick a nation's flag down, right? That's like, yeah, see what we can do? Suck it. And they're like, sure, you're gonna have something doing, but did you really want to waste that kind of money on it to go and put it upright again? Remember, this is something hypothetical. It is not something that is actually happening. But I would see weird things happening. Anyway. Wilbur and Norval weren't the only Wright brothers. They had two older brothers, Rookling and Lauren, plus a younger sister, Catherine. Oh, well, I don't think they flew, so... Diamonds are actually unstable at surface temperature and pressure. Every diamond above ground is very slowly altering into graphite, another form of pure carbon. Indeed. So it means if you have a diamond long enough, it's just gonna slowly turn into dust. Interdasting. The shot put used by male athletes weighs 16 pounds, the same as the maximum weight for a bowling ball. Well, there you go. Ooh, mystery. Distant narration. TAoI. Cool. The Star-Spangled Banner by Francis Scott Key was originally a poem titled The Defense of Fort McHenry. And then it turned into a national anthem. Good for you. Is there actually blood coming out of those? No. Right, moving on. There's a lot of these in here. Due to the naughty dancing of the can-can girls and the scantily clad models on 1800s French postcard, the British equated anything risque with France. In fact, that's how the phrase, "pardon my French," entered the vernacular. Well, well. Always wondered where that came from. Always thought it happened during the 100-Year War or something. Should really brush up on my history. I shouldn't call it the can-can girls, more like con-con. The hyoid bone is the only bone in the human body not connected to another bone. It's just floating out there and luckily not drifting away. So why do we have it? Just so you could keep your shape, I suppose. The first recorded use of flying the flag at half-mast as a symbol of mourning occurred in 1612 aboard the British ship... Leave me alone, I'm trying to educate my audience. Or telling them stuff they already know. Occurred in 1612 aboard the British ships Patience and Heart's Ease after their captain was killed in the Northwest Passage. Now it's a commonly known thing. Approximately 1/4 of the United States homeless population are war veterans. Wow. Really, America? What are you doing? Those dudes fought for you. I mean, I don't know what the situation here is, and I don't think we have to many more war veterans. The last war we fought was, I believe, World War II. I'm guessing. I don't too many veterans alive entirely. Did Belgium fight another war other than World Wars 1 and 2? We might have sent some troops out somewhere, but... Instead of being nocturnal or diurnal, some animals are crepuscular, meaning they are primarily active during the twilight hours of dawn and dusk. Great, so I just learned that I am crepuscular. Brilliant. Well, now I got a name for it. Is there any reason why you'd go with dusk and dawn? There probably is. It's like you can't make up your mind. Do I want to be in light? Do I want to be in the dark? Let's just go with everything. I don't have any keys. That could be a problem. Let's blow up some skulls while we're at it. Already been here, now I'm sure. Uganda is the youth capital of the world. More than half the people living there are under 15 years of age. Huh. The sad part is that it's highly likely that more than half of those are actually at work. I don't know, is it a country of poverty? It seems like countries that live in poverty have a much healthier age pyramid. Ours is all kind of messed up. Okay. Also called the Mexican hairless dog, the... what the... Xoloitzcuintli breed was used by Aztecs for companionship and occasionally for lunch. Wait, did I read that right? Breed was used by Aztecs for companionship and occasionally for lunch. Okay, so you bred a dog and when you got tired of it, you just ate it. Sure, I mean... Priced for their body heat, hence the lack of fur, Xolos are still used in Mexico as nature's hot water bottles. What does a breed of dog suddenly have to do with hot water bottles? You mean the skin of him? New York Tribune founder Horace Greeley is best known for saying, "Go west, young man." Problem is, he didn't say it. The quote actually came from Indiana's newspaper editor John Bell Soule. Still don't have any keys either. In fact, Greeley's own commenters regarding the West were less than encouraging. In 1859, while traveling across Utah, he wrote, "The desolation seems irredeemable." 12 years later, he proclaimed the Daniel Boone business is about to play out. Cool. Alright, I think we are good to go. Miami University in Oxford, Ohio is named for its site in the Miami River Valley. Unfortunately, because of the popularity of that other Miami, the school is had to play second fiddle to the University of Miami in Florida for years, even though the Midwestern school, let me just kill some enemies here, was founded almost 90 years before Miami, Florida was even a city. C-3PO and R2-D2 visited Sesame Street in 1980. They played games, sang song, and R2-D2 fell in love with a fire hydrant. Good old R2-D2, the most vulgar character in the entire series. They had to bleep out every word he said. Well, that was pointless. The largest collection of Christian relics outside of the Vatican is Pittsburgh, PA. I don't know if it's PA or whatever. It says PA here, so I'm going to go with PA. In the 19th century, a priest and doctor named Subert Mollinger became the parish priest of St. Anthony's in Pittsburgh, and he soon... Let me kill some enemies first. and he soon took to gathering the saintly remains. By his death in 1892, he had 5,000 of them, including Saint Anthony's tooth and Saint Ursula's femur. Dude, seriously though? That is not cool. SeaWorld began as a plan by 4 UCLA alums to open an ocean-themed restaurant with a marine show. Give me some keys, yo! Harvestman, or Daddy Longlegs, aren't actually spiders. They belong to a different order of arachnids. So, not every arachnid is a spider, but every spider is an arachnid. I did not know that. I thought arachnid and spider were basically the same thing. Alright. Sure, let's wait. Nope, not yet. The purpose of gasoline rationing during the Second World War was not to conserve gas, but to conserve tires. The primary source for natural rubber at the time was Southeast Asia, much of which was under Japanese control. Again, I did not know that. And is still interesting. Speed down. So where's our full health pill at? I probably abandoned that 5 floors ago, right? Cool. The Statue of Liberty was named Liberty Enlightening the World by its sculptor Frederick Bartholdi, who fashioned the statue's likeness after his mother. Congratulations, America, you have some French guy's mother standing on your side of the pond. 1979, members of the Hatfield and McCoy families faced off once again on the game show Family Feud. Who won? Oh, random facts are amazing. I might keep doing this for a while. It's fun. Now you can say you're not just watching someone play video games, you're actually getting educated. Alright. When fruit flies inhale alcohol, the males will start to mate with each other, forming lines. Usually when males of our kind consume alcohol, it just doesn't... Let's just say it doesn't happen that orderly anymore. Usually it just doesn't happen at all anymore. The eye chart with a big E on top is called Snellen charts. Yeah, why does exactly that one have a different name? K is an important letter to pronounce correctly while chatting with a Russian bartender. Voda is water, while vodka is a beverage that's just a little bit stronger. I'm assuming the just a little bit is being used sarcastically. And blew up some skulls. Sure, you're gonna have my 2 cents. Nice. Are we done? Well, other than our boss, yes. Platform shoes didn't just look ridiculous in the 1970s. They looked equally silly in the 15th century Europe when they were known as chopines. The fashionable footwear was so toweringly high, up to 30 inches, that ladies couldn't walk around in them for fear of falling. I think I'm better off with this. I don't think I'm going to be using the monkey's paw that often, actually. Alright, let's beat up Mom, and we'll continue. Ooh, do we have white Mom now? Or is it just blue Mom with a odd color to you? Or are you slowed down? Yeah. That's probably what it was. Let's go to there again. Come on, let me inside of the womb this time. There we go. 1955, the New York State Labor Department ruled that there is nothing inherently repulsive about a Van Dyke beard. For those not knowing what a Van Dyke beard is, feel free to look it up on Google. I will do the same thing, but not right now. As soon as Citizens Kane was completed, Hearst Estates offered RKO Pictures $800,000, $100,000 more than the picture cost to make, to destroy the film. Alright. Before returning to the silver screen in Gangs of New York. Let me just kill some dudes here. Oscar-winning actor Daniel Day-Lewis was working as a cobbler in Florence, Italy. Bit of a career change, wouldn't you say? Returning, so he had been on the silver screen before, huh? Despite being nominated 5 times, Gandhi never won the Nobel Peace Prize. Although posthumous awards aren't given, the Nobel Committee came as close as possible in 1948. There's more to it, but I want to kill you first, which doesn't take all that long. The year he died, when they didn't give out an award because there was no suitable living candidate. Alright. The first Monopoly game was based on real streets and locations around Atlantic City. Well, I suppose that's still the case with most Monopoly games that are based on real locations. I know our version is. Monopoly, destroyer of friendship, enders of relations. I hate playing Monopoly. I mean, last time I played I won, and that's alright then, but I don't know, it's like I just hate Monopoly for all that it's worth. It's incredibly luck based, and you don't really have too many choices. When you're starting to trade with each other, you know someone's gonna get shafted. I don't know, man. Besides, if you're on the losing end, it can take an entire long time before you actually lose, knowing there is no chance for you of winning anymore. Take some mortgages, sell some houses, you'll be able to win. Yeah, just to lose more money next time I roll this freaking dice. So if I ever have to sit in on a Monopoly game, I always prefer to be the bank, reading the chance cards and whatever the other one is called in your language. Whilst handing out money and stuff like that. Means there's no one that can cheat, and I don't have to play the game my actual self. I freaking hate playing Monopoly. There was a Dr. Scholl, podiatrist William Mathis Scholl was born in India. There really was a Dr. Scholl. Okay, so that's probably from a TV series or something. And now you know that dude actually existed. Can I? There you go. Charles Richter is what our next fact is going to be when I kill Mama Gertie. There we go, that didn't take long. Alright, this should be our Krampus fight then. There we go. Charles Richter, the American scientist who developed the Richter scale, was an avid nudist. Rumors persist that his wife was so distressed by his penchant for hanging out naked that she divorced him. Okay. For Halloween 1988, then presidential candidate and Vice President George H.W. Bush dressed as himself. He wore a Bush mask and everything. Talk about being a bit narcissistic, huh? Must have been a blast when he went to rang doors And who are you supposed to be? I'm George W. Bush. Wow, that's a nice costume. Surprise! It's not a costume! Now give me an entire granola bar. I have no idea what a granola bar is. The first fax machine was invented over 25 years before the telephone. Cool. Despite its name, Equatorial Guinea does not lie on the equator, but just north of it. I mean, it's the same thing with like guinea pigs and stuff like that. There's a lot of those types of weird namings that are just weird. Like the Canary Islands has nothing to do with canaries. The black box on a plane isn't black, it's yellow or orange. The 100-Year War didn't last 100 years. It was like 87 or something, I don't know. Trees do not grow higher than 130 meters, as it is physically impossible for the water to rise higher. Really? Huh. Cool. The more you know, I guess. During sleep, fluid in the body tends to pool in low-lying areas, which is why most of us wake up with noticeable bags under our eyes. Huh. Okay. I mean, why not, right? Alright. 7-Up was originally labeled Bib Label Thiated Lemon Lime Soda. Bit of a mouthful. I can see why they went with something a little bit shorter. Muhammad Ali wasn't just a great boxer, he was apparently a beacon for extraterrestrials. Okay. He claims to have seen UFOs on multiple occasions, notably during a 1971 jog through New York's Central Park. Sure, I mean, why wouldn't you have seen UFOs, right? No. But thanks. Still no. When dragonflies mate, their tails form a heart. Okay. Sweaters were originally knitted from unwashed wool because the natural oils made the garment more waterproof. Alright. Hey, our first duplicate. Well, we're almost done anyway. In 1950, Zenith created the first TV remote control called Lazy Bones. I wonder why they would call it that. No, I don't. It's because you don't have to get your lazy arse out of your couch if you want to change the channel. While the James Bond novels weren't an immediate hit when they were published, they did get some recognition from at least one American. John F. Kennedy gave From Russia with Love a nod in one of his speeches. Glad we slowed this room down. Nebraska is the only state in the Union that has a unicameral legislature. I have no idea what that is. Maybe someone else besides me can confirm or deny that. In 1991, Wayne Allwine, the voice of Mickey Mouse, married Russie Taylor, the voice of Minnie. Huh. Coincidence? Would have been if they didn't know it from each other. Like, oh, so now we're married and stuff. Like, what do you do? Oh, I voice Minnie. Are you joking? I'm doing Mickey. Maybe that's why they fell in love in the first place with each other, because they recognized the voice. It would be quite shocking if they never met in the studio, so, you know, there's that. Will Smith turned down the role of Neo in The Matrix. Instead, he starred in Wild Wild West. No, both movies became a success, so no harm done there, I'd say. I'll try to come back for you, but I'm forgetting things left and right here, so... Ah, come on, I thought I'd get you. The North Magnetic Pole, once located over Canada, is now in the Arctic Ocean and is moving slowly towards Russia. People are genuinely afraid that there will be a polar shift. Not a lot of them, but there's some of them. Baseball anthem, Take Me Out to the Ball Game, actually has two main verses. And I'll read the next bit in a little bit. During the 7th inning stretch, the fans traditionally sing just the refrain. Jack Norworth had never been to an actual baseball game when he wrote the song. And there you go. Hey, look at that. Nailed the timing for once. Something that doesn't happen too often. Right, so I'm not going to read any facts until I killed you. It should be obvious. There we go. Hit me again. When asked what would happen if he were invited to a dinner party with his characters, Dr. Seuss said, I wouldn't show up. I am not familiar with the show, so I can't say if he was right in saying that or not. The term Jumbo is taken from the name of one of P.T. Barnum's large circus elephants. Don't know if by Jumbo they actually mean the similar Disney story or the actual Jumbo jet. Let's see what kind of pills we get, huh? Look up. Hematemesis. Hematemesis. Full health. 2 full health pills. Alright. I don't know what my health is, so... When business was slow in the early days of the Boeing company... Why did I say company? Company. They had their woodworkers make furniture. Didn't Boeing go bankrupt? The tallest mountain on Earth, when measured from base to peak, is in Hawaii. From its base... Whoop. Okay. Yeah, from its base on the ocean floor to its peak over 13,000 feet above the Pacific Ocean, Mauna Kea is over 30,450 feet tall. Suck on that, Mount Everest. Winston Churchill's mother was born in Brooklyn. I am not enough familiar to know why that would be something considered an amazing fact. No bears are native to the continent of Australia. The koalas aren't bears but marsupials. So that's one thing that's not out to kill you in Australia, because they aren't there. Ah, didn't get hit, strangely enough. Using an orange-handled coffee pot to denote decaffeinated brew dates back to 1923. Is that still being done today? I mean, I don't drink coffee, so I can't really confirm or deny that. Dates back to 1923 when General Foods first introduced Sanka. As a promotional gimmick, they provided restaurants and diners with orangey pots that matched the orange packaging of their decaf coffee. Henry Wadsworth, Longfellow's wife, died when a dropped match ignited her enormous hoop skirt. Well, we're on red health. The bikini wax has been around for hundreds of years. Muslim brides-to-be in the Middle East and North Africa remove all their body hair before the wedding night. Well. Yeah, I'm too fast for yo. Ah, you shot Brimstone, huh? I did not think you would do that. I don't know when I should use this pill, but I'm probably going to use it soon. Let's use it now. So I'm pretty sure I can now get hit 3 more times before death. I'll try to keep count. I think it's 3. I don't know how many red hearts I exactly had left, so... Oh, it's those again, huh? There we go. Before the invention of nylon bristles in the late 1930s, toothbrushes actually enabled decay and disease. Up until that time, the bristles were made from hog hair. The hollow shafts of the hair tended to retain bacteria. Yeah. E.B. White of Charlotte's Web's fame is the white of Strunk and White. I have no idea what I just uttered. Anyway, that's going to be it for the amazing facts, I think, because I have to probably pay a bit attention to what I'm going to do right now. Just thinking. Oh, and we slow this entire fight down. Oh, that's going to be a cinch. Thank you, broken stopwatch. Well, this is going to be easy as hell, then. Oh, poor Super Pride. God damn it, war! Not war, wrath. Now that's Pride. And the one chasing me down was Envy. Don't seem to care too much about being feared, do you? Nope, no brimstone shot for you. Yeah. The white's a little bit off, it seems. Yeah, I want to see how far these bullets actually go. Do they travel to the end of the world or not? Nope. Sucks to be you. Oh, goodbye. Ah, screw it. One more. Time magazine's first female man of the year was Wallace Warfield Simpson in 1936. The American divorcee made headlines when Edward VIII abdicated the British throne in order to marry her. And on that note, I'm going to say thank you guys for watching. Hoping you're still enjoying the series. Feel free to show support by commenting, liking, and or subbing. I'll be seeing you guys on the next episode. Bye, everyone.